Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of yoga for the totally inflexible, non-backbendable, Sanskrit unsavvy beginner. Together, we will keep building on those awesome qualities we have of being inflexible and non-backbendable. So today we have about triple what we had on Wednesday. So welcome to all of you that are brand new, and welcome back to those of you that were with me on Wednesday. So excited to have you guys here. Now, very first thing, like we talked about on Wednesday, anytime that I'm talking, as soon as we get started, you want to actively engage your body. So we're not just slouched and listening and casual, but instead we're going to be right here. We're going to straighten up all through the spine. Lengthen, really sit tall. You're tightening the stomach, sucking in the bottom, rolling those shoulders, dropping them down. Nice. Now, if you did our routine on Wednesday, a lot of these exercises will be familiar today. And that's a good thing. We want to have some repetition. We want to get familiar with some of these poses that we do. And that also helps to balance and strengthen. We're going to work a lot on our core muscles so that as we continue and move into other poses, we will be completely ready to do that and our body will be stronger and healthier. Now on Wednesday, we worked on our yogic breathing or the yoga breath. We're going to do that again today. So this other pose that we have is called the butterfly. Now you want to take your feet and press them together in whatever way you can. Now, some of you, depending on your flexibility and your body and everything, you may want to have your feet out quite a bit further, or you may be able to bring them far in. Wherever you can have them is just fine. Like we talked about on Wednesday, you need to make sure that you are listening to your body and doing what feels right for you. Also, you can use your yoga block or your towel and sit up on it if that helps you to have a little bit straighter back and feels more comfortable and puts less pressure on your knees. So as we're holding our feet, or you can hold your ankles or your knees, wherever you can get is just fine. And we're keeping that alignment in our back. So we're not hunching over to grab our feet. Instead, we're leaning forward and holding. And then to begin, we want to do our yoga breathing, which means we're filling both our stomach and our chest with air before releasing it completely. So you fill both your stomach and your chest completely, and then we release it completely. So to help us get settled here, before we really begin our routine this morning, we want to close our eyes and do 10 yoga breaths. And leaning just a little bit into that stretch while you breathe. Breathing in and out of the nose. Beautiful. And open the eyes back up. And again, we're leaning from the stomach. Just stretch just a little bit more. You might even want to push with your elbows and really open up those hips. Just pressing, gently stretching forward. Feels good. Now you can stay on your yoga block if you want, or your cushion. I'm going to get off of mine today. Then we're just going to relax back into easy pose. Hands on the knees, back straight. So you're going to stay actively engaged. Now, as I mentioned on Wednesday, we always want to begin and end our daily routine with prayer. And I know that there are people of every spiritual tradition with us today, and that's really exciting to me. I am Christian, and I feel like it's important for us that when we pray aloud to pray according to our spiritual tradition. So that's what I'll be doing, a Christian prayer. And I invite you guys to receive it with love and then to adapt it to your spiritual tradition, the words and the feeling and anything that you need to give that. So for now, our dear Father, with gratitude and love, we come before thee today as we start our yoga practice. We ask for thy blessing of love and light and peace to wash through us, to hold us. We invite divine light to cleanse and heal us, to remove any negative residue, anything that blocks us from fully achieving our highest potential in thy will. Father, we ask thee for guidance and love and protection. Please bless us. Please heal us. Please be with us in our homes and our families and our communities, that we might be led toward greater light and love. And we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And then again, staying fully engaged all of the time, remembering that as we're working together in these mornings, it's really about self-care. So I'm talking, keep tight. Let's tighten up that bottom. This 45-minute routine is always going to be for you, for me, for our self-care, showing ourselves love. Yoga is not just about physically getting stronger. Yoga is about unity with divine. It's about finding balance in our body, mind, and spirit. So all of those blessings just naturally come. And as we talked about, Kundalini Yoga is about involving the breath with the movement, and the combining of the two is what brings both the energetic and the physical and the spiritual balance, which makes it really powerful. So any of the poses that you can't do, you can simply breathe through them. And as you breathe, you're healing your body. So we're going to begin today with our stretching pose. So we're going to turn to the side. This is our yoga back stretching pose. Now this one, depending on, so you want to just put your legs out straight, and it's more important to have your legs straight than it is to do the stretch itself. I keep forgetting about my microphone. I'm going to turn around. Okay, so our legs are straight. Now, if your stomach is really tight, you might feel yourself moving forward. If your back and thighs are really tight, you might feel yourself tilting back a little bit. So if you find yourself tilting one way or the other, that's a good reason to grab your towel or your yoga block and put it under your bottom. And that'll actually help your alignment to be nice and straight. So you want to pull the feet back towards you, sitting up tall. And then we're just going to lean into that stretch. Now we're in this group because we're inflexible, right? This is about as far as I can go right now, keeping my legs straight and my feet back. If you are able to go further, please do. What I don't want you to do is arch and reach. This stretch is about keeping that alignment and pulling from the stomach. So with that alignment, keeping the shoulders back, you want to just reach in and stretch. You'll feel that stretch all through the back of your legs. And then do your long, deep yoga breathing. Really hold that stretch. Then when you can, you move a little bit further into it. Now this stretch is actually said to bring spontaneous healing. So as you're breathing, I want you to invite any energy from the earth to come up into your feet and to move through your stretch, up your spine, and out the top of your head. So we're really inviting the energy of the earth, that nurturing, loving, sustaining energy, to move into our body and to really flush through us. So as you're stretching, just kind of visualize and imagine that. And grounding into the earth. Wonderful. And then come out of the stretch. Nice. And then again, we're going to move back into that stretch. You might be able to go a little bit further. Remember, we're not arching. We are trying to pull from the stomach. Keeping those legs as straight as you can. Leaning forward. If you can grab your toes and pull them back towards you, even better. But most of us are here because we're not that flexible. Like I said Wednesday, we're still good people, even if we're not flexible. Beautiful job. You're going to come back to center. Keep that towel under your bottom if you need it. And we're going to move right into our spinal warm-up series again. At all times, we're engaged. So our hands on our knees, and we're going to start our stomach grind. And if you remember, it's like that hula hoop. Now we are not moving forward with our shoulders. We are rotating with our stomach itself, with our waist. So actively engaging, moving out. So when we come forward with our stomach, we breathe in and out. Super awesome for your digestive system, getting things moving and active. Good for that waistline. Beautiful. And we're going to rotate directions, breathing in, coming forward, breathing out, going back. Staying fully present with your body, really feeling your movements, feeling the energy. Yoga is a little different than some exercises. Sometimes when we exercise, we just check out. We run or we think about things. With yoga, you want to stay focused. Yoga is like meditation in movement. So you want to stay with your body, stay with your breath. Beautiful. Before we move into the next, I feel like I want to stretch my arms a little bit. So we're going to bring up that left arm. Take your right hand and pull your wrist. We're just going to stretch towards the sky, actively engaging, pulling all the way through, reaching high into heaven. Beautiful. Dropping that arm, switching, right arm high into heaven, pulling all the way through, then sending it even further. Reaching even further, seeing your energy expand all the way up into heaven. Beautiful. We'll move on to our knees. Again, you can put the cushion between your knees and your bottom, if that will help you. We're going to have hands on the knees to begin, and this is riding the camel. So if you remember, a camel, picturing it kind of going forward and back. When we breathe in, we come forward, and this one we do arch. And when we come back, we really open to heaven. We're coming in and back. And you're going to follow your breath. So as slow or as quick as you're breathing, that's what you want your movements to be. In, out. And then you're going to fully engage through your core too. We're never taking a break. So you keep that bottom tight, keep the tummy tight. And when you're sucking forward, you suck that stomach up and kind of lift yourself a little bit. And then as you get the movement, you can increase your breath if it feels right to you and go even quicker. Maybe even quicker. Beautiful. Breathe a couple nice deep yoga breaths. Great job. I'm going to turn around. You can keep the same direction if you'd like. We're going to drop down into tabletop. And if you remember, your hands go directly below your shoulders, your knees directly below your hips, adjusting however you need to, according to your physical level. Spread your fingertips, pressing into the earth, and then pressing into the earth with your legs. You fully engage your bottom and your stomach, keeping them nice and tight. Now, if we were to stay in tabletop, we just hold that position, but we're actually moving into cat-cow. So if you remember, we drop our stomach as much as you can and look up to the sky. And then as we exhale, we bring our head down and we arch our back as far as we can. And that's going to look different for everyone. Some people can really arch it. Some of us not so much. All that matters is that you're staying with your breath. And as you're inhaling and looking up to the sky, dropping that stomach. And then exhaling, arching the back. I want you to follow your breath rather than following me. And when you're inhaling, you're going up. You're exhaling, you're coming down. And just really feel that wonderful morning Kundalini energy coming into your body as you do these movements. Really activating the spine where so much healing takes place. We're going to do one more cycle. One more time, inhaling, moving all the way up, really looking up into that optic nerve. And down. Beautiful. Stretching once back into child's pose. So just bringing the bottom back, actively reaching forward with the hands, pressing the bottom back at the same time as reaching forward with the hands. Dropping the head to the mat if you can. And then moving back into easy pose where we're sitting cross-legged, holding our knees. Oh, beautiful. Again, actively engaged. Tighten up that tummy, tighten up the bottom. Bring the shoulders down, and then grab your shoulders. And we're going to start our washing machine. If you remember, in and out. So in with our breath, out with our breath. You're going to really feel yourself twisting down here, keeping tight, keeping tall, keeping strong. And you can go slower if you need to, but you want to follow your breath. And the tighter you keep your bottom, the easier it will be for you not to tip over. Beautiful, and release. Do you feel that active energy moving through your body now? Oh, feels good. So as we do that again, I'm going to go a little slower. You keep whatever pace you want to. Hands on the shoulders and starting. And someone had asked me to talk a little bit about the chakra system. So there's a lot to know about the chakra system, but in a nutshell, we have energy centers. So throughout our body. We know that we're not just physical beings. We're also spiritual, energetic beings. Even Albert Einstein taught us that everything is made out of energy. So everything that you see physically, there's an energetic counterpart. And those chakras, the 7 main chakras, run down the front and back of our body, exiting front and back, right along the spine and right along the front of our body. And those 7 chakras are like our energy centers. If you think of the heart and the brain, where the goods are created, and then our veins and our other circulatory systems, they take that to the rest of the body. So our chakras are where that's being created. And Kundalini yoga is designed to start flushing energy through our entire system, positive, beautiful energy of light, so that it can start dissolving any blocks, any clogs, things that come from trauma and negative emotions and false beliefs and diseases, anything that might cause all of those physical ailments. We're inviting the energy to flush through it and really cleanse and heal us. And as we're doing these spinal warm-ups, you can drop your hands. As we're doing these spinal warm-ups, we're inviting that to really activate all through our spine, all through our 7 chakras. And we'll talk more about that as we go on. Right now, we're going to roll and open up our mouth just halfway. And then we roll our neck as gently as we need to, but as big as we can. And this is the one that you can breathe through your mouth because your mouth is open. Inhaling as you come back, exhaling as you come forward. And then the other direction. Beautiful. And then we're going to do our shoulder shrug. So we're lifting and lifting and really feeling some awesome energy through your, whatever this is, your waist. Yes, feeling good. Okay, we're gonna move back into child's pose and stretch out that lower back. So hands actively forward, bottom actively going back, reaching in both directions. It is a resting pose. It's also an active reaching pose. It feels so good. And then as we come forward, we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat. So moving those legs back a little bit and just gently lowering yourself down. And we started with baby cobra last time, where we came up just a tiny bit off the mat. We practiced lifting our hands. Let's go ahead and do that again today. And you should feel a little bit of soreness from our workout on Wednesday in the bottom, in the lower back. And we're going to reach back. Reaching, actively reaching, lifting. Now some of you will be able to come a lot further off the mat than me, so just trust your body. And some of you it might look more like this, and that's okay. Just trust your body and listen. Never push harder than you're ready to. And then down. And back up. We're pulling from the lower back, tightening the bottom, and then press your legs down into the ground. So we're really, really being active all through that lower half, and then lifting that chest, holding. And then down, bringing your cheek the other way. Now this time we're going to try something a little different. So keep your hands right here next to your chest. And you might want to just stay there. And if you're able, you can come up just a little bit with arms bent and hold. This is moving into a modified Cobra. Or if you can bring your arms all the way, feeling really strong, this is a full Cobra. And I want you to trust your body. Wherever you're at with the arms bent, just off the mat or all the way up, just hold that and tighten the bottom and press the legs down into the earth. Oh, and I'm just going to tilt my head to the sky and invite heaven and all those angels up there to help me to stay strong and to flush that energy through my body. And then I'm going to gently lower back down. And then again, we're going to go back up. And you can choose just a tiny bit, arms half bent, or all the way up. And wherever you are today is just right for you. You'll get a lot more out of this if you really tighten the bottom and press the legs into the earth the same way your hands are pressing. And one more time down. And one more time back up. And then continuing your breathing while you're in the pose, tightening the bottom, pressing the legs into the earth, and breathing into both your stomach and your chest. Beautiful. And bringing the knees in, bottom up, and back into child's pose. Oh, yeah, you'll feel a little tightness in that lower back. I'm going to stretch that out. Actively pressing back and reaching forward. Ah, beautiful job. Back into tabletop. That feels good, doesn't it? Maybe just move your back a little bit to give it a little break from working so hard. Good. And then we're actually going to roll over onto our bottom. And try something new today. You want your hands flat on the mat, fingers facing back towards your body, and your feet out a little ways. Now, everyone's going to be very different with this one as well, depending on where you're at right now with your body. Now, I want you to listen to your body. It's so important to always listen to your body, to honor yourself enough to listen and to not push harder than you're ready to go. So for some of you, this might be comfortable. For some of you, you may need to go down on your elbows. And either way is just fine. So stay on your elbows if you need to. If you can, come up on your hands. And we're going to actively press with our feet, with our hands. And then you're going to squeeze the bottom and bring it up into bridge. So now this might look like, depending on how far up you can get. I love you and honor you and just listen to your body. If you're down on your elbows, just bring up your bottom a little bit. We're really just tightening through the bottom and the core. So whatever you can do is just right for today. But if you can, you want to really tighten that bottom, tighten the stomach, and just let your head drop back so it's nice and straight. Beautiful. Just hold that in the long, deep yoga breaths. Yeah, you can make this as hard or as easy as you want. If you loosen, it's really not that hard. But if you're really tight, you're actively engaging pretty much every muscle in your body. Beautiful. We're going to let go for a minute. Woo! Give our legs a hug, our arms a break. Good. And then coming back again, staying on your elbows if you need to. If you can, going up on your hands. And then to come up, you tighten the bottom and then lift with the stomach muscles and the bottom. And holding. And this should be a little difficult, especially if you're engaging and tightening those muscles. And if not, just tighten a little more and lift a little more. This is really going to burn, and that's a really good thing. Whew, and coming back down. We're going to get stronger as time goes on. Oh, this is strengthening our back and our spine. It's also helping the immune system and, again, the digestive system. Now, this time, you can do this exact same way, or you can try something a little different. You bring the legs down and bring your body up from there. And then bring the feet back. Oh, this is just another modified bridge pose. So we're holding. And if you need to, please be down on your elbows. Do not push yourself further than you can go today. And bring it back down. Hug those knees. Good job. We're just going to do that. So this time we're going to keep the feet up. The hands back. We get the bottom up. I'm going to bring it down without touching the mat and bring it back up. Bring it down without touching the mat. Bring it back up. When you're bringing it up, girls and boys, we've got both now, you want to really tighten that bottom tight. And then bring it back down. And bring it up. And bring it down without touching. And bring it up. Beautiful. Now your arms are probably a little bit on fire. Just imagine those beautiful triceps you're going to have. I want you to send a little bit of love into your wrists, literally like holding them and just opening them up to some love, letting them know you appreciate how hard they just worked for you. Beautiful. If we communicate with our body and let it know why we're doing these things and that we're trying to bless our body and get healthy, we're trying to have energy, we're trying to invite negative to flush out of us. If it understands why we're pushing it, it's a lot less likely to get injured or to fight back. We're going to lay down flat on our back. Ooh, we're going to put our hands underneath our bottom to support our lower back. And then you again have two options. The first is to raise one foot at a time. We're going to bring it up 6 to 12 inches off the mat. You want to bring it all the way up. We're just going to bring it a little bit off the mat. Flex back and forward, back and forward. And the other leg lifting, back and forward, back and forward. Now, I invite you to listen to your body and to decide if you want to continue alternating just 1 foot at a time, or if you feel like you're ready, you want to really press your stomach down into the earth. Either way, whichever, if you're doing one leg or two, press your tummy down towards your spine. So really tightening your body and also offering support to that lower back. And then you can lift both legs off the ground. And if you want to just lift one, please just lift one. But if you're able and you can really tighten that stomach, push it down into the spine, you can lift both legs off the ground and bring it back down. Whew, give yourself a little rest. Don't forget your long yoga breathing. And then we're going to, again, tighten the stomach, press it down into the spine, and that will bring the lift to bring those legs up and hold. Breathing. If you're shaking, that's okay. Listening to your body, only coming up as much as you can, and only doing one leg if you need to. And then back down. Again, breathing love and gratitude all through your body. And one more time, lifting, holding, actively pressing the stomach down towards the spine. Beautiful. And then dropping the feet, Keeping the knees up, you can take the arms out. Just reach up towards your knees, grab them, give them a little hug. Now, depending on you and your abilities, just do whatever your body can do. But we're just trying to send a little gratitude and love into our body for working so hard. Giving it permission to release anything it's been holding on to, anything yucky or heavy. Oh, anything that doesn't serve our highest good. Beautiful. I'm going to send those legs back down. And then reach as far as we can in both directions. Just stretching. It feels so good. Stretching, stretching. Actively reaching in both directions. Beautiful. Okay, come back up to easy pose. Good. So proud of us. We're doing great. It's kind of vulnerable for me to roll out of bed and come right onto a camera that's broadcasting to the world. So sorry you don't get the hair and makeup done. You just got to see the inner beauty. I'm going to sit up tall. I'm going to breathe energy from the earth up into our spine, out the top of our head. Then we're going to take our arms and interlock them behind us. So we've got our fingers locked. I'm going to sit up and really raise the head, open the chest, reach back as far as you can with those arms. Breathing. Actively engaging your core. Tighten up your bottom, tighten your tummy. And then we're going to twist one direction. Just gently and easily. You don't have to push yourself too hard. Breathing in that twist. Then we're going to twist the other direction. Beautiful. Bring the arm in front. Yeah, my shoulder just popped a little bit. Pull that. Breathing, keeping your stomach and bottom engaged. And then we're going to switch. Beautiful. Just come forward for a moment. Great. Now we're going to move back into tabletop. We did some of these on Wednesday. Today we're going to add a new element. You've got your two hands. Place them on the mat. Knees right below the hips, about hip width apart. So you want to be able to fit pretty much both your fists right between your knees, and that's about the right distance. And then we've got our stomach in and tight, bottom tight, really holding our core. And as you're holding that core, you squeeze the bottom to lift the leg. So I'm lifting my right leg, sending it straight back, and then I'm going to pull the toes back towards me. Keep that as straight as I can. You can stay right there and honor yourself for that. If you feel like you're ready, then today you want to take the opposite hand and reach it out forward as well. So I've got my right leg up and my left arm up, and I am holding. I'm tightening through my bottom. I'm tightening my stomach. I'm going to keep my eyes open and look down at the mat. And I'm just going to imagine breathing in light and sending anything out of my body that does not belong to me, anything that doesn't serve my highest good. And then bringing it back down. Beautiful job. We'll switch to the other side. So again, we want to really engage the stomach, tighten the bottom. As you tighten that bottom, we're going to send the left leg back nice and strong. We're not twisting or rotating. You want to just keep it nice and straight. Keep that bottom flat. Pressing into the ground with your other foot. And when you're ready, extending right arm forward. So I have my left leg back, my right arm forward. I'm tightening even tighter. Then I'm imagining just drawing in light, letting it wash through me and releasing anything that doesn't serve my highest good. Beautiful. Bringing back down. If you want to stretch into child's pose and stretch out that lower back, that feels good. Actively reaching forward. Coming back up into tabletop. Keeping those knees a good distance apart. Oh, now with your hands, I want you to bring your weight forward just a little bit so you're putting more pressure into your fingers and not just in your wrists. Then we're going to bring that right leg back again. Tighten up that bottom. Head looking down. Get it nice and tight and strong. And if you feel ready, then you're going to bring that left arm forward as well. Pull the toes back towards you and tighten that bottom even more. Whoop, tipping. Here we go. Inviting your angels to come and support you and help you through these poses. You're really being strong, sending love and gratitude into your body, releasing any doubts and fears. And back down. Beautiful work. Once you find your place, sending the opposite leg back, pulling the toes back towards you, keeping the bottom straight. We're not rotating. And then lifting your opposite arm forward. So you're actively stretching back as far as you can, reaching forward as much as you can, tightening that bottom, pulling up that stomach, holding strong, sending love and gratitude into your body. Beautiful. Back down into child's pose. Good. Coming down one last time onto your stomach. Pressing up. Really tilting towards heaven, up into Cobra. Welcoming light, love, and healing into your being. Sending gratitude into your body. Pressing back into child's pose. Actively reaching forward, actively pressing back. We're going to roll over now. We get to end our workout with corpse pose. This is actually one of the most important parts of our routine, is really dropping into corpse pose. You relax the legs to the side. You open your palms and release them to the side. You breathe your nice deep yoga breaths. And you're giving time for your energy to really weave and find its new place in your body. All that positive, beautiful energy that we charged up starts flowing gently through you, dissolving negative blocks. So I'll be quiet for about a minute and a half. We're just going to rest in corpse pose. Breathing in all that is blessing and healing, and then releasing anything you're ready to let go of. I invite you to take your hands together in prayer. I invite you to end your yoga practice with prayer. You can speak it aloud or you can speak it in your mind. Offering gratitude to your body, gratitude to the divine, and inviting that energy to flow through you to support you in whatever you need. Beautiful. We made it through our day 2. Aren't you excited? Aren't you proud of yourself? I am. I am super proud of you. I am so happy that together we will be taking this journey and getting into better health and greater balance physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Thank you for joining me. Just a couple of quick housekeeping notes about our group. I'm going to turn off commenting. I'm going to turn off posting for members of the group, just so that our posts don't all get lost. I can kind of keep them on a little bit better order. They'll be easier to find, the days and the routines and the really important information. But the commenting is still on. So please comment every day that you exercise. Please comment any questions that you have, maybe under the description post of our group. Commenting, being active in the group still. I'm turning off the posting just so things don't get lost, but the commenting is on, and I really invite you to be fully engaged in our group, to offer support to one another, to cheer each other on. Also, part of the purpose in doing this live is so that all of our energy is coming together at the same time. And because we're doing this live, even people that do it later will have the benefit of all of our energy coming together to bless and heal and lift and support. So I would love your help in bringing even more people into our group. The more energy that we have with all of us united in the purpose of balancing and healing and getting stronger will be better. So if you can take a few minutes today and just share our group to the timeline with just a little note that says, hey, I'm in this group and it's fun, or whatever it is that you want to share. But take a minute to share our group to your timeline, inviting people to join us. And also, like the second thing that I mentioned in a post a couple days ago, is to find an accountability partner or a cheerleader or a support partner, so that every day that we do these routines, you check in with each other and say, hey, did you get it done? How did it feel? How are you feeling? Do you need any support? Can I help you? If you have at least 1 or 2 people that you are really checking in with on an intimate basis, it will help you to stay motivated and moving forward and on track with your goals. And let them know, if your goal is only to do it 1 time a week, let them know, hey, this is my goal. Please support me in it. If it's to do 3 times, if it's to do 5 times, and you want to come back to the routines in between, let them know that. So find a support partner, invite them into the group, and establish together what your goals are and how you can best support each other. And then share our group to your timeline or into any other groups that you're in that you feel that there might be people that could bring something positive for our energy and for our benefit, that we might lift and heal the world together, and our bodies and minds and spirits together. So I'm so excited. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Namaste.